Welcome back. We're here at the New London Historical Society, and joining me now are two of the founding members, Tom Little and Ade Lauridsen. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us in this gorgeous, gorgeous facility. It's just beautiful. Tom, we're going to start with you. You're each going to tell us a couple stories.
Okay.
So we're going to start with you, Tom.
Fine. The Historical Society is in its 61st year. Was founded in 1954 by a group of New London citizens. I've got a few relatives that were in that group, and so we've been involved with the society pretty much its entire life. And really, some of the things that we've got here go back. They all represent the mid-19th century, and the society is really a culmination of some of the preservation efforts, one of which started in 1945 as a kind of a separate effort. My great-grandfather owned the Concord coach that we have in the transportation building, and he hired a young fella out of was it Yale? To do
restore
some restoration.
Okay.
And then in 1947, he gave that coach to Colby Junior College. And because I knew it at one time had been my great-grandfather's coach, I felt no qualms about going into the shed where Colby had it stored and playing cowboys and Indians on that coach, and probably messed up some of Bud's restoration
after it had been so lovingly restored.
That's right.
Well, but that's great, and that's really one of your prime pieces in the transportation building.
It really is.
It is a gorgeous piece. Yeah. Yes, you've restored it very well. That's great. Well, that just shows you how the community came together to bring many of the things here. Ade, tell us a little bit about some of the buildings and how they got here.
Well, my husband was the instigator, I'm sure, but I've got to give credit to Mildred Tunis, who was really our guiding person in the Historical Society. They had, back in the 50s, when they were incorporated, they would have an annual meeting, and it would be on the tail end of an old home day at the Baptist Church. Well, everybody had been there all day. They'd heard a long sermon, they'd eat their lunch, they'd socialize, and they'd all get up and go home. And they were left a nucleus of people to run or make the decisions about the Historical Society. So Bud went to his first meeting probably in 55 or 56. He was not one of the original. And he right away recognized that we had to have our own. We had to have our own meeting, and it would be great to have a place to meet. And he just loved old buildings, just loved them. They were ingrained in him. And so he knew every old building, shed, barn, building.
He knew where they were around town.
He knew where they were, exactly. And he knew exactly what the condition was.
Right.
And so he would go to them, and he would say, you know, what are you going to do with that old building? It's beginning to fall down. And he'd negotiate. And I must say that Mildred Tunis was just fabulous. She realized that Bud was her engine, that he was the one who was going to give her what she needed.
Right.
And the first building, of course, was this one, the Scytheville
We're in the
house.
Scytheville house. Yes, it's beautiful.
Yes.
There are 15 buildings here that have been transported from various places in the area.
Exactly.
And they can all be taken care of here, and we can all come and enjoy them. It's
Thank
just wonderful.
goodness that we did it when we did, because now they're scarce.
Right. What tremendous site at the time, forward thinking. So,
Yes.
well, great. Well, we're going to be spending the next 3 weeks here at the Historical Society. You've got a wonderful website for everyone. They can take a look at some of the buildings and some of the grounds, but the best way to find it is to come here themselves. So we invite our audience members and anyone watching this to come meet some wonderful volunteers like yourself and see everything you've collected. So best wishes. Thanks for hosting us. Take care.
Thank you.